me. I am back with another video. Woo! Yeah! This video I was tagged in quite a long time ago, and I'm finally getting around to doing it. I finally have some pretty decent answers to this tag video. So I figured I would do it, and that is the Supernatural book tag video. This was originally created by Tamika Evans over at Life of a Bibliophile. Her original video will be in the description, as well as a link to her channel. If you want to go check her out, you probably should, because she's pretty awesome. Anyways, towards the end of this, I'm going to have to tag people, and we'll see if I actually can think of someone. If you like Supernatural, the show, go ahead and tag yourselves, please. Go do it. And then come back here and let me know that you did it so I can go watch your video. Sound good? Good. Let's get started. So with this tag, what it does is it takes a character and it gives that character a description, and you're supposed to basically pick a book or character that goes kind of along with that description. So our first one is Dean Winchester is a ladies' man throughout the series. What book cover has stood out most to you? And I have a lot of beautiful book covers. I probably could have picked like 5, but I think the one that has been most intriguing, that I find the most, I don't know, visually pleasing, is my copy of Alice's Adventures in Wonderland by Lewis Carroll. This one is illustrated by Camille Rose Garcia. I know that she has more that she's illustrated, and I really want to get my hands on those. But this one, the cover goes all the way like around the book. It's gorgeous, and just even naked, the book is pretty black with a big old purple A and purple lettering. It's a pretty book. Moving on, number 2, Sam Winchester is the kind, sweet, studious brother. What book on your shelf has the most meaning to you? I could put Harry Potter in literally most of these categories, but I figured I would pick a different book, one that I don't know if a lot of people have heard of. But when I was in 5th grade, I had a teacher that really encouraged me with reading, and for birthdays, she would give you a book. She gave you a selection, and you got to choose the book, and then she wrote a little message and everything in it. And the book that I chose was The Skin I'm In by Sharon G. Flake. It's a very powerful book, especially for young readers. It does touch on race and kind of the inner feelings of younger girls, and I'm pulling from memory here, so it's not 100% what it's about, but I just remember being like torn by this book. Like it really affected me, and it's a beautiful book. It's so small, but in it, my teacher wrote to me, this was back in 2002, make me feel old, but she wrote, Tressa, you have chosen a more, she wrote, 2002, happy birthday, Tressa, from Mrs. Swinson. Tressa, you have chosen a more advanced book. You're a good reader, so I'm sure you can read it. Will you please talk about it with your mother so she can help you understand the issues? Thank you, Mrs. Swinson. And it's kind of beat up. It's an old book. I've had it since 2002, but it really is a good little book. So if you haven't read it or haven't heard of it, I really would suggest that you check it out. But I think it has the most sentimental value for me personally, just because my teacher in my teacher in 5th grade felt that I was mature enough at that age to comprehend and to handle this a book with this big of an issue in it. So moving on to number 3. Number 3 is John Winchester is the determined but not so great father figure. What character means well but could have used more character development? Now for this one, I am choosing a character out of Shadow and Bone by Leigh Bardugo. I am choosing Mal. I feel like so far, I haven't read the final book in the trilogy, so maybe there's some more character development for him in there, but I feel like through this series, he hasn't changed, really. He's still the boy that wants to protect her, but he's also the boy that either gets jealous, wants to chase after girls, or is just being a big old D-bag. And between the first and the second book, there was no development for that at all, and I like Mel, I do, but I really think he could use a little bit more substance. Okay, the next questions, or the next little, well yeah, I guess you could call it a question, is Mary Winchester is the mother who never got to see her boys grow up. What character is pushed to the side before their reign can begin? Now, I am going to put a big old spoiler warning here for you guys. There's going to be a couple actually in this video. This is the first of them. If you have not read past Vampire Academy, like the first book in the series, then, and you plan on reading the other ones, I would put me on mute right now. Because I'm about to spoil it. Just so you know, just so there's a warning. You guys have had plenty of warning. I'm going to go ahead and answer the question now. I am going to say Mason Ashford because, hello, he gets killed off in the second book. And I think he could have had a big impact and helped in some of the bigger scenes in the rest of the series. However, I understand why he is killed off in this book because it gives Eddie motivation for the Bloodline series and for taking his job seriously and everything there. I just think he could have lasted maybe 1 or 2 more books. Continuing on, we are up to number 5. Castiel is the angel who doesn't understand the human humor. What snarky character has a sense of humor like no other character in that book? And this isn't the first in the series. I'm going to hold up because it's being lent out currently. But I am going to say GwCg from the Shatter Me trilogy. He is just always so lighthearted, and he's always making jokes, and he's funny. And even when he gets hurt, he's making more jokes. And I love him. I love GwCg so much. And he is my answer for this question. I'm sorry, my nose itches a lot right now. And I apologize. Question number 6 is, Bobby is always there for the Winchesters when they need him. What character puts everyone else before their own needs? And this one was a really, really easy one for me. I have chosen Molly Weasley from the Harry Potter series because she is always looking after everyone else before herself. She's always putting all of her kids before herself. Harry, just anyone that Molly Weasley feels needs protecting or needs caring for, she's there, and I feel like she is the perfect answer for this question because she's always putting everyone else before herself. Moving on, number 7 is Ruby is backstabbing and manipulative. What character starts out as an ally but quickly changes to an enemy? Spoiler. Again, this one's going to be a big spoiler for the Red Queen book. Let me just show you what it is. It's fairly new, so I know a lot of people have not read it yet. If you have not read it, put me on mute, please. Please. If you don't intend on reading it, then, you know, if you don't care about being spoiled, then I don't care about spoiling you. But I don't want to spoil the people that want to read this or have started it and aren't to that point yet. But spoiler, 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 spoiler. You've had plenty of time. I'm going to answer the question now. Spoiler. Maven. Maven. I read this book, like, thinking the entire time, I'm like, oh, well, he's just kind of awkward, and he's sweet, and, oh, look, he's kind of rude at first, but then you're like, oh, well, maybe he's, you know, being a big person, and he's, oh, look, there's a sweet moment there, and I knew in the back of my mind that it was going to happen. I knew it was going to happen. I didn't want to believe it was going to happen, but I knew it was going to happen, and he just turned out to be the biggest D-bag ever. And my God, I'm so glad I waited to do this tag until after I read this, because I don't think I could have found a character more perfect in books that I remember to fit this question, because Maven. If you've read the book, you understand. Okay. I gotta calm down after that. The final book is, or the final question is, what book has given you the most hell finishing? And I can 100% say that it is not technically just one book that has given me hell finishing. It is a complete series. And I'm going to hold up the fourth one because the first one's gone and I didn't want to pull either of the other ones out. This one was already out. I'm going to say the Mortal Instruments series by Cassandra Clare. This has given me so much hell finishing this series because I want to like this series and I want to finish it, especially because the TV show is coming out. So I don't want to be like in the dark. I want to love these books and there's potential in them. I just feel like there are some things and sometimes where things are she gets overly descriptive, or we give the same description from the mouths of different characters 8 times, and I feel like it's just too much. There's too much going on. So, this series, and I know people are going to hate me for it, this series has definitely given me the most hell finishing. I'm only about ready to start the 5th one, and it's, I believe, the second to last one. So, fingers crossed that I can get through them all, but we'll see. That is the Supernatural book tag. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have other suggestions for books or for characters or books that you think should be in particular places, go ahead and put those in the comments below. Let me know. I am going to tag Lisa from Lisa's Book Adventures. I am going to tag Michael from Michael BookLion, even though he probably won't watch this and won't ever know. And I'm going to tag Elizabeth from Zizzy BookBabble and anyone else who wants to do this, because I don't know a lot of people that I don't know who likes Supernatural and who doesn't, or any of that kind of stuff. Anyways, I guess I will see you guys in my next video, and I hope you enjoyed this one. All my friendship links and stuff are below, and I will talk to you later. Bye! Hello everybody, I'm back with another video, and today's video